Talk. Talk. Talk to me Tuesday.
Talk to me Tuesday on a Tuesday. I'm your host, Mari B, and today I have a special guest, attorney Marcelo Hoffman.
Hello. Hey guys, how are you?
You've been on the show before, not too often, so we're going to introduce you all over again for those viewers that are new. But before we get to that, we do want to open up those lines of communication of any questions that you guys may have for the attorney in regards to personal injury. And before we get to any fun stuff in the show, there was actually this weekend, there was a tragedy that happened in Odessa, Texas. So we want to take a moment here to do a moment of silence for those that we've lost and those that have been injured in the shooting of Odessa, Texas. So this weekend, I believe it was Saturday, Odessa, Texas experienced another mass shooting.
Yes.
Now, mass shootings is something kind of common that's been happening for now 2, if not plus years. It's either in movie theaters, a mall, and this one actually happened in a main highway. The statistics show that 7 were killed and 22 were wounded. That's as of this morning's news stats. Those numbers could change after, today's date. But we definitely want to send our condolences to all of those that are suffering. So those that have passed, the victims that are injured, the family members and friends. It's a tough situation, especially for Texas, but we do come together and help each other out in such a tragedy.
And so true and beautiful words. Thank you, Mari, for that, because it's unfortunate to turn on the news and see yet another mass shooting has happened. So absolutely, we want to let the community know that we're here and we're suffering with them, and obviously we always hope for just less accidents like this.
Yeah, less accidents for sure. And it's something dear to our heart because we do represent clients all over Texas. Yeah. We do have a good number of clients in Odessa. So, our hearts go out to all of those individuals that have suffered, or maybe that are not in Odessa that are suffering. I mean, there's a college there, so people either may have gone to college, alma mater, or once upon a time went, that have some type of ties there as well.
Sure.
So we definitely want to send out our respects to all of those that are going through this difficult time. So now, just kind of to lighten up the mood a little bit,
yes.
A lot of the viewers, you haven't been on the show for quite some time.
Yeah, it's been probably over a month.
Now, we do have a Spanish show. You're always on the Spanish show. But on the English one, you haven't really been on. So for those viewers that are trying to get to know you, who's this guy? Who's this attorney? Tell them a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Mari. Well, it's great to be back on Talk to Me Tuesday. It seems like Thursdays are where I usually sit.
Yeah.
But this is great. This is great to be part, obviously, of this segment of this show. My name is Marcelo Hoffman. I have been with D. Miller & Associates for just under 4 months now.
Yeah.
So we are making moves and everything is coming along just fine.
Yeah.
I am I'm an attorney that started off in corporate law. I was in-house counsel, meaning I was the attorney for a company that manufactured buildings. For those that live in Houston, our facility was out in Channelview. Oil and gas industries, very industrial, rugged. And I was there for about 3 years until I opted to make a change, essentially a 180.
Yeah.
And, let's see, around mid-February of this year, I started looking into personal injury as a practice. And so thankfully, I was able to join such a fantastic firm, and I've been here since early May.
So what has your experience been in the personal injury world? Like, was it, I'm sure you're going to say, yes, the decision was a great decision, but how has the experience, humbled you as an attorney in the profession?
Sure, great question. I think while doing corporate law, I did mainly contracts, meaning that I worked with because I worked for a company, I dealt with other business professionals mainly, engineers and such, but within the framework of an industrial project. Personal injury is completely different, and it's something that one of the avenues that I like about it is I'm able to speak and talk to people, clients, face to face, help them. The reason that a lot of personal injury attorneys get into the practice is to help people. We're a service-oriented business company, firm, and so it feels great to be able to interact with the local community.
Yeah.
And so that's been, I would say, the biggest change, because it's just a different practice, One side is big projects, business, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And others are real people, feelings, emotions, There's a lot. But I'm really happy to be here, and I'm hopeful that we continue on this great journey.
Yeah, that's awesome. So we're very excited to have you here.
Thank you.
A little fun fact that you guys saw right now on the screen is your favorite ice cream is Rocky Road.
Yeah, I was into cookies and cream for a while. But,
okay.
But I guess it's that marshmallow sometimes it gets to you. Marshmallow, Marcelo,
There we go. So marshmallow Marcelo. I like that.
Oh, no. I hope it doesn't become a thing.
Okay. We won't say it then. But no, that's great. Rocky Road, that's great. You have a personality. You're not just your traditional attorney. Or, a lot of people come on the show and watch and they just think, stuffy or you guys have great and huge personalities. And you are super funny, too.
Well, thank you. Open mic night is on Thursday, by the way. I'm really not that funny, but I try, and that's what counts.
Yeah, that's definitely what counts.
But that's true though, because growing up, I didn't grow up in a family of attorneys. I knew maybe one or two. Not to say that I thought that every attorney was kind of like that, a little more rigid. But we're very professional in what we do.
Absolutely.
First and foremost, but I'm an easygoing guy. I like soccer, and soccer season just started up. I look forward to watching a lot of the games. Sports fan, just like everyone else.
So we'll definitely have you on the show speaking about sports. I know we also do sports segments here, kind of talking about either the Super Bowl or anything like that. So we might have you back on the show to talk about your expertise in that sense. Not an official expert.
No.
We want to make that disclaimer.
I never went pro.
Right?
Yeah, I never went pro. So
but that'd be kind of cool to have you. But speaking of a fun fact, this weekend was also Labor Day weekend.
It was, yes.
So tell our viewers a little bit of what you did this weekend. If you did anything fun.
Well, I actually had a pretty low-key weekend.
Low-key.
I kind of hung around. I didn't really do too much. Other years, I've maybe traveled. I kind of wanted to just kind of lay low. So it was mainly just getting some rest. I wanted yesterday, being Monday, Labor Day, I wanted it to feel like a long day. And so I just kind of was out and about. I did a lot of different things, and it was good. So I didn't do too much.
Yeah, definitely. I'm right there with you. I didn't do much either. I definitely just took it easy, just chilled, because you know what? Around the corner is just a lot of festivities. Right now, we're already September 3rd. Oh my gosh, time is flying. And the next thing you know, it's going to be December 31st. So I just wanted to take that good, smooth break before the next few months. You guys see a lot of the graphics on the screen right now, just to be safe. And a little bit of statistics. According to Houston Public Media, Labor Day weekend is now one of the deadliest times to be on the road in Texas. That is crazy. About 40 people and plus, on average, are killed in crashes.
Oh, that's very unfortunate. There's a lot of people on the road.
A lot.
I could tell I-10 was always busy.
Yeah.
Within the city, you have little pockets here or there, but I-10, the main roadways I traveled through, I could tell people were traveling. Labor Day, they do travel a lot, so, that's surprising to hear. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's crazy. That statistic is crazy, but that's why we put stuff out for you guys to be safe, just because we know and we see those trends as well here in the office on how the effects are from the holiday weekend. So we want to make sure that you guys are being safe, driving safe, not just for yourself, also for the others on the road. Share the road. You just never know who's around. It could be a motorcycle, it could be a car, and we want to make sure that everyone is safe. We see all types of accidents.
And now that you mentioned that, actually, I spoke with a client today who was rear-ended because of the individual next door was distracted. They had come to a halt. I guess there was another accident on the road or on the shoulder, And yeah, the individual behind this person wasn't paying attention, and unfortunately, crashed into our clients. So
yeah, that's also another unfortunate situation. There could be something happening that may distract you, and that's why we also want to say, they say don't text and drive. That is a distracting factor as well. So we are here to help out in any of the accident situations. The attorneys are also here to guide through any of these situations that are unfortunate, but also cause kind of a little bit of a headache. What to do? You just want to have fun on the weekend, and then here we are in an unfortunate situation. So we're definitely here for you guys. Definitely want to open up those lines of communication. If you guys had anything that happened this weekend or saw anything that the attorney can go ahead and answer.
Yeah, let me know.
From the attorney's perspective.
Sure,
I think it's
absolutely.
super fun. What I bring is more the consumer perspective. Your guys went to school and kind of get that attorney side of things, so it's pretty neat to kind of hear y'all's perspective.
You have the best of both. Please send us your comments, questions, whatever you need. We'll take care of it.
Yeah, for sure. So speaking of accidents and rear-ended, I do have a question or comment. No, it's a question. John is saying, if I am rear-ended, what do or should be done if the person drives away after hitting me?
Hey, that's a great question. Thank you for asking, John. Sometimes the person that hits you, you have no control over them. Sometimes they flee, by law they have a duty to stay at the scene. But the reality is, people will take off, and it could be difficult. First and foremost, if you've been hit or been involved in a car accident, you have to make sure that you're okay. That's first above all, please. And if you need medical attention, seek medical attention. Don't worry about the other car. Take care of yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
If you are able to, and you don't need to, be taken to the hospital at the time, if you're able to now. It all happens so quickly, so it's easier said than done. But if you're able to maybe take a picture or get a description of the vehicle, the license plate number, because in this instance, that person has left the scene. And so what we don't want you to do, and what I want you guys to hear, do not chase them, please. That puts everyone else at risk, that puts you at risk, and you don't need to be doing that. There's other ways to get around getting information from the person that hit you, even if it was a hit and run. There may be witnesses, and there may be a camera, in the next intersection. Do not risk yourself or anyone around you. So yeah, if you could, in that instance, if you could kind of get the vehicle description, the license plate number, really you're kind of limited because the person has left, but there's absolute ways of getting more information. So please don't feel that there's nothing else you can do. We're here to help you.
Yeah, and I know based on experience on being in an accident, I know just the license plate number itself, just with that, you can do research and find a bunch of stuff out. But definitely, instead of feeling compelled to chase, leave it to the attorneys. We do have the means and the ways to find out more information. Just the best thing is getting you safe medical attention and staying calm too.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. And I got caught up in staying safe, but absolutely call the police. Call the police. Even if that person has taken off, the police will go there. You'll file your police report with them, and we'll work from there.
Yeah, yeah. If for some reason they don't get to call the cops, the police report, is that going to affect their case as well?
No, it's just we're gonna have to do a little bit more investigation, but we'll do all we can to absolutely get down to it.
Yeah, there's definitely options for you guys, so definitely don't feel if you didn't get it, you don't have a case.
Sure.
That's what you guys are here to guide them through.
Yes, this is when we have consultations. Come and talk to us, and we'll go over every detail and of your case, and we'll go from there for sure.
Absolutely.
But there are options. The takeaway. There are options. Please do not be
discouraged, right?
Or be discouraged from thinking that. Let us deal with that.
Yeah. For sure. So thank you so much, John, for that question. I do have another question here from Michael. Michael is saying, what if I'm injured in a collision and cannot afford to pay the medical bills?
So that is a great question, because that affects everyone in this room, everyone walking. We all have medical bills to pay if you seek medical attention. The hospital, unfortunately, is not saying, well, were you in a car accident or not? They don't. You're gonna have to pay your medical bills one way or another. Now, for victims of car accidents, the individual that hit them, the defendant, has, they have the duty, right, to compensate you for your injuries, and they do that through their insurer with their auto insurance policy. So if you don't have either health insurance, or if you are involved in a car accident, come and talk to us, because we law firms provide support in these scenarios, and law firms provide letters to, and they work with medical providers, so the client can be seen and treated, and then we work out the payment stuff at the end.
Okay.
Generally.
And what generally does that, what is that called in the legal world whenever they don't have to pay anything up front, but will at the end?
Yeah, so what we send these medical providers a letter of protection here. I've heard it called a lien letter of sorts, and in other states, some states use different terminology, but essentially, yeah, it's, let's give an example. If I crash into you and you need to go to the chiropractor for some care, but you don't have money to pay out of pocket, if you come on board with us, we represent you in your case, in your claim. We work with medical providers off this letter of protection, which essentially tells them, treat the client, refrain from billing them until the resolution of their case.
Got it.
So essentially, you don't necessarily show up to the chiropractic center and just start paying out of pocket, because you can't. Obviously, everything is billed, your treatments and all, but that's for the law firm and the medical provider at the resolution of the case, whatever either a settlement or a verdict. That's where those individuals get paid out.
I think that's the misconception of things, is that people think, oh, I can't go with a law firm because I can't afford it. I can't afford them. I can't afford the medical bills. Like, it becomes a different understanding. But I think this is great information, because a lot of people don't know that it could be held off until there is a resolution of the case.
Sure, and
which is great.
Yeah, because what's most important is the individual. Timing is everything. If you've just been in a car accident, you need to seek medical attention, because you may be badly injured, and things like that the chiro treats. At times, let's say that you don't feel the initial impact maybe the day of, but the next day or a couple days later you start feeling something, a little creak in your neck, and you're thinking, well, what happened? Could have been due to the adrenaline, the fear, everything that goes along with a car accident. But there's absolute ways to help you, so please come talk to us. We can have those discussions when you're here, but definitely don't feel that there's no options if you don't have either health insurance or you don't have money to pay out of pocket. We'll work with you.
So let's just make a quick disclaimer. I know every case, and you can definitely tag on to this, but every case is different.
Very
so
true.
That example that was given could pertain to one scenario, but maybe not all. And
Great
that's
point.
why it's very important to give us a call, so that way you guys can address all the details of the case.
Absolutely, and that's a wonderful point. Thank you. Yes, every case is different. It's very difficult to sit here and say, do this, and this, because things will change along that trajectory. So, but yeah, give us a call. We're here to help you.
Awesome. So thank you, Michael, for that question.
Great question.
Yeah, it opened up our discussion for sure.
That was nice.
So Lauren now is up. Lauren is saying, what usually happens after I meet with an attorney after my accident?
Okay.
That's a lot of options that you could probably give right there. Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you. Great question. Well, if you meet with us, we'll go over the facts of your case. We'll ask you what, if any, documents you have, and documents pertaining to insurance information, the exchange information, the individual that hit you. If you have a police report, really, well, we're trying to get as much information. The more the better. For us, the more the better, and we'll decide, what will be beneficial to us, or what we can use, or what really is there, but we don't necessarily need to use it. So let us deal with that. If you have everything, just send it to us. And what will happen is you sign on, and it's tough to determine. But if the individual needs medical attention, well, we speak with the client and see if they have an MD that they go to. If not, we give them some options for them to kind of choose that they're around that area, around where they live. We want to make things comfortable for the client.
Absolutely,
always. The client has just been involved in an unfortunate car accident. The last thing on their mind is this whole legal process and insurance claim. So that's where we step in and take that weight off of your shoulders, so you can focus on just your recovery.
So that's awesome. So you guys kind of assess the case, the facts that you have, and kind of advise, but also give the client the options. They have a lot of options.
Sure. Yeah, because I mean, if someone's been treating, let's say at their provider and everything's good with them, we're not trying. We want to build off of that relationship.
Correct.
And so
yeah.
we really are here to help the client in any way we can and to whatever extent we can.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So we
Good
definitely,
question.
it sounds like we can help in any type of way, scenario, even if you guys don't think it's a case or it's not really a car accident and it's
sure.
like they slipped or a dog bite. Like, I just feel like give us a call. That phone number will be here shortly, so that give us a call so that way you guys can see yes, no, maybe so, all that good stuff. That's what you guys are.
And we take
good at
all different types of cases. They're not only motor vehicle. So slip and falls you mentioned earlier, and dog bites. I didn't even know that was a thing until recently. And yeah, it's it's definitely there. So things that you wouldn't traditionally think of, like you're walking down the street, God forbid you get bit by a rabid dog. You're thinking, the law firm can help represent me in my claim against, for that accident or that injury. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. A good rule of thumb is personal injury. So if you've been injured personally, that's where we come in.
Sure.
It could be a scenario that's so evident, or it could be one that's not, but that's where you guys come in and kind of see how we can help if there's any option.
Sure.
Yeah, for
absolutely.
sure.
Give us a call.
Awesome. Thank you. So I have a question here from David. David is saying, how does filing a lawsuit work? Am I suing the person who is responsible?
So when you file a lawsuit, you sue, you sue the individual, the defendant, but they have a contractual agreement with the insurance company that the insurance steps in to defend them.
Okay.
But that's after the fact. I mean, if you file a lawsuit, we've not been able to arrive at a reasonable settlement offer because our goal is to always resolve these matters prior to going to court. Now, if we can't do that, we're always going to do the best thing, look out for the best interests of the client. And if we feel that it's an unreasonable settlement offer, we'll advise the client. Ultimately, it is the client's decision. However, then we discuss next steps. And if next steps involves escalating, I guess, the claim to litigate it, to file a lawsuit, well, we go from there.
So let's be clear. Whenever they first sign on with the law firm,
yes,
you don't necessarily file the lawsuit right then and there.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
No. That all depends, again, on the case.
Correct. Okay.
But no. So okay, that's a good question. I could see where the confusion.
Yeah,
because I'm thinking. So prior to, if you were to come in here and then we file a claim with the insurance company. We're not suing the individual. Now, if we have to file a lawsuit, thankfully you file the individual, the contractual relationship with the insurance company. But it's essentially you're looking at the law firm against the insurance company in both.
Got it. Okay.
Before and after. That's the big takeaway here.
And you guys, the attorney with the client, could settle prior to even taking it to the lawsuit side. Is that correct?
Correct.
Is that an
actually,
option?
the majority of cases, actually, because the insurance companies have a duty to be reasonable in their offer. So they can't just say, okay, Marcelo, I'll give you, $30 for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or more reasonable, $200 for all your medical expense. I mean, it has to be, but unfortunately, sometimes you find some offers that are just not reasonable. Things that maybe you think that the client actually has greater injuries than what it was initially assessed. So there's
a lot of ways.
But,
yeah.
But really what we're doing is, yes, we're filing claims and we're fighting against the insurance companies that have a duty to reimburse you, the person that was not at fault for the injury, through their insurer.
So I know this is a loaded question. David asked you, how does a filing of a lawsuit work? So we could settle prior to, and then it could go to a lawsuit. But I want you to kind of discuss, what does that time frame look like? So I know a lot of people think it could be right then and there, file and get. Like, it doesn't work that way, right?
No.
It takes time.
And it takes time for a number of reasons. I would say it's kind of, every attorney is like, man, terrified of that question, because it's hard to say. I can't tell you here 3 months here, and then the person next to you ends up doing it in a year and a half. And there's just so many different factors that are involved with that. But I will tell you what could absolutely expedite the process, which is important. And this is this is certain with every case, is the participation of the client as well, because we do our stuff on the legal side, but the client has their participation in terms of the recovery process and being consistent with and following the medical professionals' advice, because we're not the doctors, and we want what's best for the client. And the only person that knows that, or the group that knows that, is a medical group. So again, if someone takes a few months to heal versus, it really all depends on the case. But it's something that takes time, but it's just part of the process. And if you're diligent with that, as part of that process, hopefully this chapter will be behind you.
Yeah.
Because it is a stressful time.
I think that's very important to talk about. Whatever we're able to, right? The expectation, because a lot of people think it could just be done really quickly, but with anything, things take time.
Yeah, things take a lot of negotiations. Sure. I mean, I haven't even started to get into all the different factors, but there are a lot.
Okay.
There are a lot. But I mean, during that time, we are here to help you and pretty much hold your hand. You're not going to go about this process or by yourself. We're experienced professionals here. And we have team members, everyone in paralegals, case managers, they are on top of things, and they speak Spanish for any Spanish-speaking individuals out there. And so it doesn't matter. I mean, we're here to help you at any time you need an update. Just give us a call. We're here to help you.
So it's safe to say, to David's question, depending on your case, we will guide you every step of the way.
That's without a doubt.
Pre, non, all that good stuff. You guys will be guiding pertaining to the case, because every case is different.
Yeah, and
awesome.
Questions that come up throughout the case, life events that happen throughout the case. I mean, your life doesn't stop because you were involved in a car accident,
sure.
And so that is 100% true, Marty. We will help you and hold your hand every step of the way.
That's awesome. So I know we are available 24/7 as well. I know you guys saw the information here on the screen. At any given time, whether it's social media, website, we're here available 24/7. I have one more question that came up right now. This is Paul saying, I've seen you on the Latino page.
Okay. Hey, Paul.
Do you only work with Spanish-speaking clients?
I do not. I speak English, so I also assist English-speaking clients. Unfortunately, I'm a little rusty on any other languages, to be honest with you. But English and Spanish, I got you covered.
Okay. So any of the clients that we have here at D. Miller and Associates is where you can assist. It doesn't have to be Spanish-speaking, but it helps because you're our only attorney that speaks Spanish.
Yeah, it absolutely does help because, sometimes it's the communication. I mean, we have clients that, that sometimes, I guess, need interpreters as well. But, if I can alleviate that by any means, please reach out to me. I'm here to help you.
Yeah, and I recommend you guys going to our Facebook page, D. Miller Law Latino. That allows you kind of to see if you guys have any family members or friends that speak Spanish and that also want to be engaged how we are in the English network. We do have a Spanish network to also help out. So whether it's any graphics, posting, videos, etc., we do the full 9 on educating as well. So we strongly recommend that you guys go on that page as well to help out our community, our Latin community as well.
It's a great avenue to be able to communicate to the community because you come on board here. This is a very stress-free studio. It's nice. You come on here, you just kind of do your spiel, and you'll see. It's a great way to interact with other individuals. Yeah. So speaking of our Hispanic Latin community, we will be introducing actually today the Hispanic Heritage Month, which is kind of explaining the purpose of it because it's pretty neat to kind of hear. But it's from September 15th through October 15th. It recognizes the contributions made and the important presence of Hispanic and Latino Americans to the United States and celebrate their heritage and culture. I think that's awesome. We also do it in February for Black Heritage Month. Nice. This is another kind of a twist. You're actually on there. Yeah. That's you, nice. My friend. Yeah, it looks good. A little halo in the back almost. So I think it's pretty cool. We're going to do something neat in the Spanish Network to kind of promote the Hispanic Heritage Month. We'll do something fun. So we strongly recommend that you guys go on there for some neat things.
And you probably will be the one, you and I.
Well, anytime we can celebrate diversity amongst us is a beautiful thing. So I'm all for it.
Yeah, for sure. That's going to be awesome. And then we're going to be doing a lot of giveaways and just cool little things during that time frame.
I'm looking forward to it. Great.
Yeah. So I think it's time to kind of announce what we're going to be doing for heroic behavior next month. Okay. So we're in the month of September, meaning we're going to give it out at the end of September for reflecting October.
Okay, sure.
Okay. So October, give me some things that happened in October.
Well, always comes to mind Halloween. That's got to be number one.
Exactly. So what we're going to do next month for Heroic Behavior giveaway is 2 tickets for the Phobia Haunted House. Ooh. Yeah. So you guys see this picture on his right-hand side. You guys see the picture. If you see this picture, you guys have to do 4 things, super easy. You want to let them know what they have to do?
In a spooky voice, or is it too early?
I don't know. It's up to you. You determine.
Maybe not. Next time. We'll save that. We need to keep the people
soon.
coming back. Next time. Yeah, 4 simple things, actually, to participate in the drawing. You have to like the post. You have to like the page. Tag a friend of yours online, and then and share it on your profile.
Yeah, it's super easy. So like our page, like this picture. It's actually me dressed up as Storm.
I have to admit, I don't watch many movies.
This is from X-Men superhero meetup, a superhero movie.
Okay.
It's okay, no worries. Make sure you go look it up for next time.
I'll definitely watch it.
Maybe we'll dress you up as Storm for the giveaway. But yes, like the page, like the picture, this picture that you see on there. Make a comment on there and tag someone that you'd want to go to the haunted house phobia, as well as sharing it on your page. You have to do all 4 to qualify. You do have to be 18 years or older to claim the prize once you come in here. But this one, let me tell you a little
scary.
secret.
It sounds scary.
We did this one last year, and when I tell you, so many people were beyond excited of this haunted house. It was a little on the crazy side. We went to go announce the winner, and the show Talk to Me Tuesday was beyond crazy.
Oh, nice.
So we were compelled to do it based on popular demand to do it again this year. And I think it's going to be great. Everyone liked Phobia. What we did last year, we got 2 tickets, and it got you through 2 houses. So house 1, if you make it through, you make it through the second house. We may get more houses this year. In regards to get you a little further down the way, but I'm sure it progresses to a scarier house.
That's crazy, because I know that they do a great job with their costume design, everything. You walk in and it looks like a legit haunted house. It's audio, visual, all that stuff. Yeah,
it's crazy. They dedicate a lot of time. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere, off of, I believe it's 610. They have trailers set up. Everything is crazy. It's super scary.
Nice.
We do have to go personally to go buy the tickets. And here in a second, you're actually going to see our heroic behavior poster for last year, which was also scary. We make sure we take the Halloween to another level over here. So that was in honor of the movie It, which I hear there's going to be a second one coming out, which is pretty cool. So that just shows someone, aka me, being It, and someone really, really scared, which is our promotional model as well. So I think it's going to be great. And so we want to welcome you guys to go crazy on this one. So like Attorney Marcelo Hoffman said, like, share, tag. So like our page, like the picture, tag someone, and share it on your page. Super, super easy.
So that was a great costume, by the way. I just looked at the monitor here. What did you feel when you were dressed up and all that?
You just have to be in character.
So
I do the full 9. So when I was It and when I was Storm has white eyes and It has like yellow, scary, reddish eyes.
Yeah.
I did my makeup. I did everything. If you guys would like to see maybe a Halloween edition of how to get the scariest outfit, we could do that too. So I did that, put on the contacts, and when I tell you, my coworkers were afraid, like, oh my gosh, it looks so real. Storm
Nice,
as well. My eyes were all white minus the pupil. So that's just scary to see someone that you see every day and then you're like, oh my God.
Just walking around the halls here.
It's fun.
Yeah,
so I
it is
get
fun.
in character.
It is fun.
Yeah, you just have to
Cool.
you just have to commit.
Yeah, that's true.
100%.
Because,
Yeah.
That's good.
So that's cool. So that's going to be this month's Heroic Behavior winner. We're super excited for that. We just gave out the Heroic Behavior winner for last month. So we'll be playing that video next show.
Okay.
Because they still have a little bit more time to claim their prize.
Okay.
So what if someone wants to come on the show and speak about their business, their charity, their organization? What do you recommend that they do?
They need to email Giselle.
He's really excited. Good job. Yes.
Look, I know the graphics
Look
and
up
everything.
exactly.
When in doubt,
If,
look up.
if you guys want,
Well, if you guys want to, I'll take over this segment.
if you guys want an opportunity to be here and sit in the middle, in between him and I, exactly. Look up. Just send an email to Giselle at dmillerlaw.com.
Yeah, she's very responsive with all your emails, so please send it and come join us. Have fun with us.
You're so silly today. I love it. Awesome. So yes, just anybody. We welcome businesses, events coming up in the city or around cities, organizations, doing a great cause, mentors as well. We want to welcome any of that. We want on the show. I think any type of show would be great for our viewers to watch. So that is an opportunity to be here. Another opportunity is our social media channels.
Sure. We are everywhere.
Well,
You can't hide from us anymore. We are on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Let's see. LinkedIn, of course. I don't know what other ones are there now.
LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, English and Spanish, and Instagram.
Yeah, okay.
We do have, there's others, but we're not a part of those handles or channels, aka Snapchat, Twitter. It's not a little bit proficient for what we do here, which requires 100% attention. But those are pretty good. We do have different things on every channel, which is super exciting. We don't do the same thing on any channel, which allows you to feel like you're just on a different page. If we kept doing the same type of content, you just wouldn't.
It's boring. It's just boring. People, it makes sense. No, I wouldn't want to see the same thing on every. That's what makes it fun, though.
Exactly.
The different social media platforms, they have everything in. And what Mari said, guys, come out here and promote your businesses and be a part of this show. This has a huge outreach. Since the time I've been here, I've seen a couple business owners, and we discussed it.
Yeah.
Now, they haven't necessarily been part of this show, but they've gone to our events, and they've seen the interaction with the we place a lot of emphasis here at the firm being involved with the community. So if we could just extend that, and that's an open invitation to whoever would like to come up and visit with us. And, and you'll see you'll have a good time here, and you get your message across.
Yeah, we try to do a good job in reaching out, but just in case you guys see us before we see you, definitely reach out to us.
Sure.
We would love to have you on the show. So now we're coming close to the end of the show. What would you leave our viewers with? Any fun facts, quotes, funny tips?
I guess let's see. The school year is starting now, so let's all get to it from day one. Don't fall behind on your studies, as always, and enjoy the rest of the year. I think it's we're rolling into a fall semester for kids that are in school, and as the parents out there, you could tell school's back in because of the traffic in the morning. So let's be kind to each other and really just reach out to us. Let's get involved. Let's make this a strong push towards the end of the year. And I look forward to be part of it, obviously here with the firm and in any way that we can help out.
Yeah, I think that's a great suggestion. School did start. Those of you guys that are looking to either being seniors in high school, going to college, or already in college, we do give a scholarship. So we do recommend that you go on our website to see the options of the scholarship that will be given out next year. We already had a winner for this year, which I think is very exciting.
Awesome.
It was a great little giveaway that we did. So make sure you go on our social media to look at the post as well. So I want to thank all of you guys for coming on Talk to Me Tuesday today. Make sure you like this video and make sure you share it on your Facebook page or any of your pages and your handles that you guys have. The more you can share it, the more we can educate someone and help someone else's life out there that have the same questions. So I want to thank all of you guys ahead of time, and thank you guys for coming on the show and watching us. I'm your host, Mari B. Till next time.
Take care.